Lovecraftian is from the great science fiction horror writer H.P. Lovecraft. Lovecraftian means something that is so otherworldly, strange, weird, bizarre, scary, terrifying, nightmarish, evil, that it's difficult to even grasp, to even comprehend, to even describe. Many of the monsters in H.P. Lovecraft's works were Lovecraftian, very strange, very bizarre, very evil, and absolutely terrifying. Typically, Lovecraftian is not a word that one will use to describe something that they encounter in the real world. It usually will apply to something in fiction or movies. However, in my 56 years of life, I have seen something Lovecraftian. A few years ago, I picked up an elderly gentleman who needed a taxi ride from Green Bay, Wisconsin to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I always look at people's hands and fingers because I am a violinist. I've played violin since I was 4 years old, and I'm always fascinated by the different types of hands and fingers. I glanced down at this gentleman's hands and fingers, and I was absolutely shocked, terrified, and scared. The reason why was because this man had non-mammalian fingers and hands. He had reptilian hands and fingers. Most frightening thing I've ever seen in my entire life. These fingers and hands were not from 10,000 BC. They were not from primates. These hands and fingers were from Jurassic Park. The man was very nice, seemingly normal in every other type of way, but his hands and fingers were absolutely Lovecraftian, the stuff of nightmares. One of my colleagues, Dwayne, who's a farmer, also had driven the man, and he said, "He has very large hands and fingers. Did you notice that?" And I said, "Dwayne, it's not that his hands and fingers are so large. It's like they're lizard hands and fingers." Henceforth, I described him as the man with the lizard hands.